Guys, welcome back. Today is my day 18 foundation and it is the Hourglass Ambient Soft Glow foundation. And I went ahead and threw in my new Hourglass custom palettes. That way you can see these in action with the Hourglass foundation that I have loved for years. I'll tell you all about it. I'll give you all of my thoughts and opinions on it and how it wears. We're going to do several check-ins throughout the day. You know how I do. I just try to give you as much info about it as I can and see how long it'll wear on my combination oily skin. And this is today's look. I'm loving it. So far, it looks really, really nice. If I do say so myself. That's what we have in store. If you are curious to see how I got this look, if you're curious about my day 18 foundation from Hourglass or their new little custom palettes, then just keep on watching. But don't forget, if you haven't already, to hit subscribe, join my channel. I would love to have you, and hit the thumbs up if you enjoy the video because that really helps me out, and leave me a comment so we can chat in the comment section. All right, let's get into today's video. We're going to get started today with the ABH Brow Freeze Gel. I've had this for quite a while, and I haven't really gotten much use out of it because it's just not a favorite formula for me, but I'm going to give it a go today. I'm just trying to lay the brow hairs down with this, but it's a very wet formula, so it takes a little while for it to really dry down. So I kind of just let it sit there for a second, and then I'll kind of, lay them flat. We're just going to kind of leave that there, and I'm going to start an eye look. I'm really excited to play with the palette today. I have tried it, but I don't think I've filmed with it yet, so I wanted to show you guys the Viseart Cyrenus palette, because since I purchased the Cyrenus palette, there have been several more releases. They have this one, it's called Lilas, I think, or Lilas, and it's like a lilac inspired palette. They have one, it was called Praline, which is more of a nudie color story. Then I think they just came out with another new one. I just saw it in my emails, but I have not seen anybody use it yet. I'm just using the Urban Decay Primer Potion in the shade Eden. I'm just trying to use this product up at this point, and I will definitely repurchase. It's something that I would love to keep in my collection if possible, because I reach for it a lot. This one and the Rare Beauty are my two favorite eye primers currently. I still love using the MAC Paint Pot, but that's a little bit drier of a formula. And I don't know, I've just gotten used to this, and I like the way it dries down. And it really does a good job at keeping your eyeshadows on all day. In my case, all night. All right, I'm just pressing it in with the sponge. I'm going to take this cream shade in this palette. This is the Cyrenus again. I'm just going to use this to set the eye primer instead of using a powder. This formula is a little bit on the powdery side, but not too bad. It's a very nice formula. It's very easy to work with. I'm going to take this shade right here, which could be a transition shade. We're going to see. It's like a peachy shade. And I want to do a very simple eye look today because I am focusing mostly on the foundation. Now I'm going to take the Nikki LaRose N13 from BK Beauty, and I'm going to go into the deeper peachy shade right here and do that in the outer V. Again, these do have a little bit of kick up in the pan, just to show you. I'm going to pack this out here. I use the shade out in the outer V to kind of extend my eye and give it a little lift. Now that I have that, I'm going to go back to the 212 and grab the white shade we used to set all over the lid. And I'm just going to blend under the brow a little bit. And then take it down into those shades to kind of soften the edge a little bit. And I'm doing it with very light pressure. The only thing about this palette that I don't love is that there aren't very many deep shades to use as eyeliner. This one has shimmer to it. It's more like a satin. This one is a brown, but it's a very cool tone brown. So I'm going to grab this other little Viseart palette that I have. It's called Emily. I think that's what it's called. And neither of these are dark enough really either to do eyeliner with. I guess we're going to use the dark brown and hope for the best. And I'm using the 208 from BK Beauty. And I'm just going to take this and tap. Placing down some shadow to create a little wing. And I'm going to take the A504 from BK Beauty in the same dark shade on the very tip of the bristles And I'm just going to use this to kind of smoke it out a little bit. I like how soft that is, and we'll clean it up in just a second. I'm going to use the MAC eyeliner in Costa Riche. It's my new favorite eyeliner, especially for tight lining. I don't know if these shimmers need a glitter primer. I'm going to swatch a couple of them. Ooh, okay. I really like this one. See those? Those are very pretty. That one's more like a peachy gold. Ooh, this shade's fun. It's got a little bit of a shift to it. Almost shifts a little green and blue. I'm going to use the BK Beauty 203. It's like a flat shader brush to pick up these shimmers. And I want to use this really pretty rose taupey shade right here. We're going to use that first, and I'm going to apply it like that. These are just a very soft shimmer. They do give off a good bit of shine, but they're not glittery. They're just a beautiful shimmer. All right, I'm going to take this lighter color now on the same brush. I'm just flipping it around to the other side, taking this shade right now. I'm going to focus this towards the center and then towards the inner corner. So I think these are perfect when you're just trying to do a quick natural look. Gorgeous. All right, I'm going to do the other eye and I'll come back. That is today's quick eye look with the Viseart Cyber News Etendu palette. Again, here's what she looks like. So pretty. All right, we're going to do a very quick fill-in of my brows now that the ABH Brow Freeze has dried. And hopefully we would not experience any flaking. I just want to quickly fill in a little bit, but I'm going to use a brow pen to do most of the brow work today. Okay, that is all I'm going to do with the Benefit Precisely My Brow in the shade 3. I'm going to take these off, and we're going to do a little bit of primer. I'm going to use the Hourglass Vanish Airbrush Primer. I have it in the mini size, and I have it in the full size. They do have a jumbo as well, but I do not need it. I have plenty, but mine is getting very low to where it won't even pump out anymore, so I'm literally having to scrape it out. That's how you know I really do love this primer. It's not the most blurring primer that I own, but it just gives a soft, silky, airbrushed appearance to your skin. I love it so much. Nice and soft, airbrushed appearance. A little bit more texture, a little bit more pores showing, a little bit more shine. Before I move on to foundation, I like to go ahead and do my mascara, and I'm going to use the Fenty Beauty Hella Thick for today's video. You all know how much I love this, so let's show you the before. Nice and curled. I got them really good and curled for today. I'll be right back. I'll show you the after. All right, we have mascara on now, and I will say I've noticed that, all right, this side looks really good and lifted still. But this side, I was having some issues. After they dry, I will recurl them and they'll look a lot better. But for now, we're just going to have to move on. This is the Hourglass Ambient Soft Glow Foundation. This is my day 18. I'm so excited. And I have it in the shade 6.5. So I've had this in my collection for a while now. But they did send me a couple sample packs. I'll read you a little bit about the foundation as we go here. I've got the Ambient Soft Glow Foundation, a natural soft glow finish, medium buildable coverage, weightless, breathable feel, helps protect against blue light, all day wear, vegan, cruelty free. I have the shades 2, 5, 7, 10.5, and 15. 6.5 runs a little bit on the warm side for me, so I might mix in a little bit of 5, that we'll see. If I'm not mistaken, I'll look and I'll put it on screen for you. I think a neutral shade that would work for me would either be 6 or 7.5 or 8, something like that. I'll have to look on the website, but it looks like they have 32 shades. Here's the little shade card they sent me. So we know 2 is going to be way too light. They give you the tiniest little amount of foundation. I don't know how anyone can make just one shade work for their full face, but I'm going to take 5 and just kind of swatch it on this side with no primer. a little on the light side. Let me show you 6.5. All right, got a pump here of 6.5. I just want to kind of show you what it looks like on the back of my hand. Now on my face, it does look a little bit more on the warm side because I don't have any self-tan on my face. I've just taken a little bit of 6.5 and 5 and mixing them together, and I think it's going to be a beautiful match. For today's video, I'm going to use the Smashbox Blurring Foundation Brush to blend, and I do think it oxidizes a little bit. I don't know if that's just my eyes playing tricks on me or not. Maybe you'll be able to notice as well, especially as it dries down. I think just a little. I don't know what undertones these are. I'll have to look it up, and I'll put it on screen for you guys, but I feel like whenever brands do these sample packs of foundation, they should stick to neutral shades, because neutral, usually anyone can make a neutral shade work. That's just my opinion, because I don't know what the actual undertones of this are. But in my opinion, it looks like it runs a little warm. Okay, just going back in and getting some of the shade 5. Just spreading it around everywhere. I'm just taking the brush into this like this. I'm just going to kind of blend it everywhere. And then taking a little bit more of 6.5. And a little bit more. And it does claim to be buildable. Right now, I'm just kind of spreading it around with the brush. I really like the finish of this foundation, but I don't get a super long wear time out of it because where I have combination oily skin. I think it's a beautiful foundation to wear out like on date night, or if you're just going out for a little bit to do some errands, like going shopping or anything where you're just going to be out for a few hours. But if you're going to use this all day or all night like I do and try to make it last over 12 hours, I just don't think this is the right formula. I'm just taking the standout sponge to press it in like I always do, and then we'll take a good look at it up close. I think all of the claims are true. I feel like it's definitely a medium buildable coverage. I could build this up to full, but when I do that, I feel it more, and I don't want to feel it. This feels weightless like it says. If you put on more, you're going to feel it. I don't want that. But I think I do need to add a little bit more here along the sides of my nose and maybe right through here. We need a little bit more coverage. For the center of my brows, I'm just taking the small end of the IT Cosmetics Heavenly Luxe brush, the number 7 brush. I love this for detail work. So right here in the center of my brows and around my brows, I need to be very careful. So I'm just taking this brush to apply. Any little spots that are hard to reach, this brush is perfect for around the nose, around the brows. I really love this. You can even use it by your hairline if you want to be very careful. Now I'm going to take my Smashbox brush again, picking up whatever's left of the shade 5, which is not much. Like I said, they don't give you a very big amount. And then I have 6.5 on the back of my hand, priming my brush. And we're going to try to build some coverage. I mean, it's a perfect shade match once you blend it out. I know it looks scary at first, but it ended up working out really nice. Now I'm going to use a product. It's called the Refi Clear Eye Balm, because I'm going to use the Hourglass concealer. And listen, I've used the Hourglass concealer many, many times, and it always looks dry. So I'm going to try to make it work by adding the Refi Eye Balm. We're going to let that sit there for a second and do its thing, and then I will add on concealer. But we're going to do some cream contour bronzer. This is the Westman Atelier in the shade Biscuit. I love this thing. It is so good. It's the Face Trace Contour Stick. And you know what? I'm just going to use the IT Cosmetics brush because this brush is a do-it-all. It's a workhorse. It's a really good brush. This product, you could just put it here however you want to do it, but I like to put it in the brush first. Get it really good and worked in. And then we're just going to apply this as our contour bronzer shade. It's probably more of a contour shade on me, especially with my self-tan. Oops, got a little bit too far down. I love this product. It's just so blendable, just beautiful. It gives a natural finish. It's not too radiant. Gorgeous. I like how soft it is. It's not too much. I just really enjoy the shade and the formula. I'm going to flip it around and do some nose contour. Same thing, I just take it like this. A little down here on the bottom of my lip. So I got rid of the Hourglass concealer in my last declutter because I wasn't using it. It just really dries out my under eyes, but that's just my opinion and that's how it works for me. It might be different for you. I have the Hourglass Vanish Airbrush Concealer in the shade 5 Sepia, which is what I had in my collection. I had Sepia and I also had Cotton. It's probably going to be enough to do both under eyes, I hope anyway. Yeah, it's way more than enough. This amount right here is way too much. I'm going to show you how I make this concealer work the best I can anyway. I'm taking the Nikki LaRose N16 and I'm going to do the same technique, just kind of prime the brush with the concealer on the back of my hand. And we're going to apply it like this. I'm going to make sure that the eye balm is nice and dry, but still leaves a beautiful hydrated finish. All right, we're going to try to keep this kind of low for now and build up. It's very full coverage, does not take a lot at all. So that's why I always urge you to use the technique of priming your brush first. Do not apply it directly to your under eye. Unless you have flawless under eyes that are not dry and don't have any fine lines or any texture to cover, then don't worry about it. Apply it however you want. But this way is the best way to get a very beautiful look without it looking too much. Taking it down the side of where we did that contour now and just softly tapping, placing that down. We're going to let it dry down a little bit while I do this side. We'll do blush and then set it. But just please, please, please do not use a lot of this product if you have similar concerns as I do. This shade is actually really perfect for me as a concealer shade. I just not a big fan of the concealer. I'm hoping that by using the eye balm it'll help it and we'll have a nice concealer day and that this will prove me wrong, but I don't think I've ever worn this concealer and loved it, ever. You can see it is super duper full coverage. Look how much I have left. I'm telling you, I'm doing this. Look how much coverage it gives my hand. It's insane. I'm going to take a little down the bridge of my nose here. Using it to highlight my nose. I feel like I'm going to take a little up here in the center of my brows to highlight in between my brows. There's still so much product in this brush, you guys. It's crazy. Taking the Real Technique sponge to just tap this in really good. And we're just going to let it dry down. We're going to use the Hourglass Unreal Liquid Blush in the shade Scene. They did send me also a sample, but the sample comes with this like little doe foot. It's very cute, but we're going to use the dropper so I can show you guys how it works. You have to shake these really good. They're like an oil consistency almost. Okay, so it comes out. Whoa. See? Comes out quick. Don't even really have to push the dropper. Use the Rare Beauty blush brush for this and literally look at this. It's crazy. It just kept dropping out. I'm going to prime my brush, same technique. Look at this. Crazy. Let's go. These are pigmented, but they melt into your skin and they just look very soft and they don't ever really look too much, in my opinion. I'm sure you could go overboard with them, but doing it this way, I've really enjoyed it. So that's the shade Scene. They do dry down. It looks a little bit more radiant right now, but once it dries down, it'll look more like natural. With and without. See how it looks like an oil? They are nice though, so just let it kind of do its thing. I am going to set my under eyes before they get too out of hand here. I'm going to use the Givenchy Prism Libre. This is the old formula, but I haven't used it in a long time, and I don't know, I've just been missing it, so I'm going to use it today. I have the shade 2 Satin Blanc. I have my powder puff primed with a powder as well. I blend out the creases under my eyes, which have already formed. I knew they would because I know this concealer really well. Real Technique sponge. All right, now I'm going to set. And it does look beautiful, especially on camera, but it's just one of those concealers that up close and in person, it looks really dry. All right, now I'm going to set the rest of my face lightly with this powder. Typically, I would use a powder puff, but I think for today's video, I'm just going to use my brush because I have some other powders that I want to use on top. So we're just going to take this and swirl my brush in it. So let's show you how it looks before all that shine. We're going to lightly set with the Givenchy powder. That's all of my Givenchy powder. I don't want to use too much. But my God, you guys, I have missed that powder so much. You have the Hourglass Dragon palette. And this one has a really nice bronzer shade. It has the shade Soft Bronze. I really do like that one. And then I have the Jellyfish palette that has the shade, I'm pretty sure, Lunar Bronze. And I've almost used that one up. But I have the new custom palettes that I created from Hourglass. And I'm so excited to finally show you guys these. All right, this one is Natural Bronze Light, the Finishing Powder in Transcendent Light, the Blush at Night, and the Blush Lucid Glow. So we are definitely going to use these two shades as bronzer here in just a second, but I want to show you the other palette that I got. This one has Golden Bronze Light, Iridescent Rose Blush, Mood Flush Blush, and the Finishing Powder Soft Light. We will use soft light to kind of diffuse everything once we get our bronzer on, but I just wanted to show you that the shade Golden Bronze Light has shimmer to it, and it's not my favorite. It looks more like a highlighter bronzer. I'm going to swatch them for you and show you everything. That is Golden Bronze Light. It's very pretty. Like I said, it has a little bit too much of a sheen for me. This is the blush Iridescent Rose. Right beside it. I really like that blush shade. It's beautiful. And the Mood Flush, I'll put it right beside Iridescent Rose. This is a matte blush formula, but even their mattes are more of a natural finish. I'm going to swatch the powder in Soft Light on top. This is a very, very beautiful palette. I think this bronzer would look really good in the summertime. If you're wanting more of like a radiant look, I think that would be beautiful. But I have been using this other palette a little bit more, but we will use the blush and the powder from this one. Let me show you the other palette. Natural Bronze Light. Right here. It's kind of marbled, but it doesn't have as much of a sheen to it, in my opinion, as the Golden Bronze Light does. It definitely does have some, but I don't know. I like this one a little bit more, and it's a little deeper for me. I like that. This is the Finishing Powder in Transcendent Light, which for me works as a bronzer. So you can see it's that finishing powder formula. What I like to do is mix those two, and it looks really pretty. This is the blush at night, which I really love too. It's this one right here. It just has a beautiful golden sheen to it. And then the blush Lucid Glow. It's like a coral gold. Reminds me a lot of the Milani Luminoso. So it's up here. It's hard to see it on my skin tone. But it definitely has like a peachy gold shift. I'm going to use the Morphe Ariel A58 brush. It's just a soft brush. I'm going to use this for both bronzers. We're going to bronze it up. Look how beautiful. Like I just did a couple taps and look how beautiful that is. I haven't dipped back in. I'm just using whatever's still in the brush on my forehead. It's so pretty. I love it so much. And then I'm going to take this fluffy Morphe Ariel A22 brush, and I'm going to use that for the shade At Night, the blush. It's right here. I love how beautiful and swirled this is. We're going to use this right up here. Using this shade back where I don't have as much texture. And then I'll use Mood Flush up here. Okay. All right, now I'm going to take Mood Flush, same brush. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a powder puff and I'm going to grab the shade Soft Light. And what I'm going to do is take a little bit of that on the puff right here, and I'm just going to use it to softly tame down the shine right there and just kind of diffuse it a little bit. Right where that blush meets the concealer, I want it to kind of mesh a little bit better. And then I'm going to take it down my nose. I do have one more powder that I want to try from Hourglass. It's the Vanish Airbrush Pressed Powder, and I have it in the shade Translucent Medium. We will use this today. I'm going to just use this little powder puff that I've been using. I'm going to grab it and use this to carve out right like that. Now I'm going to take that powder brush with nothing else on it and just press all the powder in. All right, I'm going to take a little bit of Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray to set all this. I just kind of want to melt those powders down a little bit. And just because I want to show you this highlighter in this palette from last year, I believe. This is the shade Opal Strobe Light. It's very, very bright. I want to use that to highlight my Cupid's bow. A little on the tip of the nose. And then we'll use it in my inner corner. I'm just taking this little Huda Beauty brush. It's super tiny. And I'm going to put the shade Opal Strobe Light in the inner corner. Beautiful. Let's do my lips because my lips are feeling a little bit neglected. I'm going to use Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat. This is the shade Icon Baby. It's been a while since I've used it. It's a very beautiful shade. A little bit more pink than I normally go, but I think it's going to go with the lipstick that I picked out. And the eye look just going to all come together. The lipstick is the Charlotte Tilbury and Runway Royalty. It's a little bit deeper than I normally go. It's very pretty. But I have a lip gloss that might just make it look a little bit more pink. This is the Lawless Forget the Filler Lip Plumping Line Smoothing Gloss. And it's in the shade Velvet Daisy, which is very, very lavender pink. Ooh, I really like that. I knew it would help like lighten it up a little bit. Oh, I really like that. Lips look really, really good. I like it. All right, we're gonna do some more brow work. I've got the Eye Method Hair Like Eyebrow Pen, and it's the curved tip and the precise tip. So I'm going to start with the curved tip and do some fill in with that. This is what it looks like. Let's do some hair like strokes. I'm going to turn it like this and flip like that. And the shade's a little dark, so I'm going to leave it like that, and then I'll use the precise tip to do a little bit more work in the front, but I don't want to use too much of it because it is a little on the dark side for me. It's just something I have to be careful with. Let's do the precise side now. Oh, I really like how precise this is. Look how precise it is. It's a very nice product. I do like it. Okay, this is the completed look using the Hourglass Soft Glow Ambient Foundation and a lot of other Hourglass products. I'm going to take you all, I'm going to run a couple errands. We're going to go to the bank. We're going to go by the gas station, and we're just going to show you guys what it looks like out in natural light, and I will show you a few check-ins throughout the day, and we'll see how it wears. It is 8:24 a.m. I'm hoping to wear this until, well, I'm going to wear this until it's time to get ready for work. I do not think, I'm going to kind of foreshadow here, but I do not think that this will wear long enough on me, on my skin type, to wear at work. So I'm probably going to have to shower and reapply some makeup. That's okay. I just wanted to go ahead and film this video for you guys because I'm so excited to show you my new Hourglass palettes and also do my day 18 foundation. So this is how my skin's looking. All right, let's go. Okay, guys, Enzo wanted to come with. We're at the gas station right now. He's going to get me a Red Bull, get me some energy, because guess what? Your girl has to work tonight. Here we are out in daylight. I just wanted to show you what everything looks like. This is on the unflattering front camera, but eyes look really good. It's just like a soft, subtle shimmer. They're not glittery by any means. They're just like a satiny formula, which I think for everyday looks really pretty. Enzo, you want to say hi to them? Look here. Say hi to people over here. No, they're right here. See them? Can you see them? Can you see them? Say hi to them. Say hi, guys. Look how pretty you are. Look at the pretty Enzo Benzo. Him's my buddy. Him's my widowest buddy. Alright, guys. So, that's my first check-in. It is 11... My clock's fast. It's 11:36. So I've had this on for about 3 hours, roughly. Looking really good. It looks like it's going to rain today, so I was trying to get this filmed in the best natural light that I will probably have all day. So he is literally in my lap, you guys. He likes to drive. Alright, I'll see you in my next check-in. Alright guys, it's almost 2:30 and this is about 6 hours of wear with the Hourglass Ambient Soft Glow Foundation. I will say my under eyes definitely look dry, but they don't look terrible. Not as bad as I remember, but definitely on the dry side. So just keep that in mind with the Hourglass concealer. Like I said, it's just never been a favorite. The foundation, I could touch up and blot and probably get another 4 hours of wear out of this. I have to get ready for work. I wanted to just go ahead and show you my day 18 foundation and how it wears on my skin. I'm very surprised that my lips are still as good as they are. It wore really well. Just a shiny foundation. Listen, I've been vacuuming, I've been organizing my makeup, trying to reorganize my makeup collection. That was a whole chore. So that's probably why I'm a little extra glowy. But I think this is going to be it for this Day 18 foundation. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you soon.